If you're newer to crypto and only have $1,000 to invest, this video might save you years of mistakes and potentially make you a lot of money, because in 2021, I was able to take $1,000 and turn it into 6 figures. But I also lost a lot of that on the way down because I didn't have a proper strategy. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the exact strategy that I used, but also give you a plan to take profits and build on your wealth. So make sure you don't skip any part of this video. And if you want more content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, let's get into it. So first you need to decide what is your goal and what is your risk tolerance. If this $1,000 is your last bit of savings and you don't really want to risk it all, but you want to try to get it to 5x, maybe to 10x to $10,000, then you're going to play this a lot safer. This is $1,000 that I'm down to lose, but I really want to try to hit that 20, 50, or even 100x and get this to 6 figures. If you're more on the first one, I'm going to keep this really simple for you. Stick to Bitcoin, stick to Ethereum, stick to Solana, maybe throw in some AVAX, some Injective. These are all top 50 projects. They've been around forever. They're not going anywhere. You could get 2 to 5, maybe 7 to 10 X's on things like Avalanche and Injective if the bull run really hits, but you're not going to get the 100 X's. You're also, though, not going to go to 0. However, I'm guessing that most of you on this video are a little bit degenerate. You want to go after the 20, 50, maybe even 100 X's, and you want to figure out how to really multiply that $1,000 bankroll. So the first thing you need to do is make sure you have a trading account. Now, if you are just trading the major coins like I mentioned, something like Coinbase is great and easy to use. But if you want to get a little deeper into these mid and low cap coins, you want something like BTCC where you can trade all types of coins. And I actually have an amazing partnership with BTCC where if you open a trading account and deposit, you can get 10% cash back. So if you put in $1,000, boom, you're going to get 100. You're already up to 1,100 and we're moving in the right direction. So click that link below if you don't have an account set up yet. Now, what's our first move once we get this account set up? We're going to break this down into smaller chunks. So rather than thinking we have to go from 1,000 to 100,000, we want to figure out how do we get from 1,000 to 5,000 so we have a little bit more room to play with. Now, we want to consider that the bull run probably is only going to last about a year from now. It's possible it goes longer, but at some point we are likely to have that big pullback again, like we do every 4 years. Crypto slows down and it's really tough to make money. So we want to act quickly. And because I'm trying to really multiply this account, I'm going to skip Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm going to split $400 out of the 1,000 between AVAX, Solana, and Injective. And these are all big projects, like I mentioned. They've been around for a while, but they're much smaller than Bitcoin and ETH. Now, of these three, Solana is the biggest and it's the closest to its all-time highs. I think that it could do a 2, 3, maybe even 4x from here. But out of the 3 tokens, I would say it's the safest and has the least potential upside. So I'm going to put $150 into there. Now, AVAX also been around for a while. They're doing some really great things around RWA, which means real world assets, which is tokenizing things like gold, things like real estate. They're also doing some great things in the gaming and AI space. And they had one of their meme coins, KET, run to a $500 million valuation. So they're definitely gaining momentum. And I think they're going to be a strong project this run. Could definitely do a 3 to 5x, maybe a little bit more. So I'm going to put $150 in there. And then that leaves us with $100 left from this first 400. And I'm going to put that into Injective. Injective is another big player. And I think this one has the most potential upside. It is down right now about 80% from its all-time highs, which again means there's a lot of potential upside, but a little bit more risk. So I'm going to put $100 in here. Now, it's important to remember that while these are the safer bets, this is crypto. These could all go down 50, 80%. But one thing about these three is they're established companies with huge teams. They're making revenues. So while there is substantial risk with any crypto that it could go down a lot, it's not like they're going to pack up, leave, and just disappear tomorrow. And with that said, remember that this is not financial advice and I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I personally would do in this situation if I were to run it back. Now, with the next $200, we're going to still play it fairly safe. We're going to go to some similar sized coins, but these are a little bit lesser known, which often means that they have more upside because retail, meaning the average trader, hasn't really heard about them or discovered them yet. So I'm going to put $100 of that into SWI. And SWI is a blockchain that is absolutely blowing people away with its speed of transactions. And while it has a market cap already of $11 billion, I think this could go so much higher. They're crushing it right now in every area of crypto, from memes to trading to gaming, and they're getting a lot of press behind the scenes. And I think once this starts to bubble to the surface, we could see SWI go a lot higher. Now, the next one I'm putting $100 into is Tau, and this is the leader in the crypto AI space. We've already seen what AI has done for NVIDIA and so many other stocks in that market, and I think that that energy is going to funnel over into crypto. And one of the things that I've worked really hard on the past 8 years since I've been in the crypto space is building my network and figuring out who are the smart people in the space that really understand narrative, tech, funding, all of the pieces that are really hard to find out from the surface. And some of my smartest friends in the space, super bullish on Tau. For some of them, it's their biggest holding. So that also gives me a lot of confidence knowing that people that are really in the weeds believe in and love this project so much. Okay, so we spent $600, we have 400 more. And if we want to get these big multiples, we have to start taking some risks. So we're going to go a little further down the line. And this is where you want to choose your narrative. If you think that AI is going to lead the crypto run and you're super bullish on AI, you want to start to pick your AI coins here. You could also believe in gaming, you could believe in memes, you could believe in DeFi, but you want to figure out what your narrative is that you believe in. Because the biggest mistake you can make here in these riskier coins is to do a couple meme coins, a couple gaming coins, a couple AI coins, and be so spread thin that you can't really follow what's going on with the projects and with the narrative. So for me personally, I believe in AI and memes. I think that they're going to lead this cycle. And so I'm going to take 200 out of the remaining 400 and split it between a few mid to low cap coins that I really believe in. Personally, on the meme coin side, I'm holding MOG, which has a huge cultural presence on Twitter, on TikTok. Everyone knows about MOG coin. It's down about 60% from all-time highs. And I think once we start to see Ethereum come back, MOG is going to hit new all-time highs. I also really like Brett, which is the leading meme coin on Base, and Lofi, which is the leading meme coin on Sui. Now you'll notice I'm saying leading meme coin because I'm still not getting too degenerate. These are coins that have $200 to $500 million market caps, and they've weathered this last 6 months, which has been a pretty brutal market, especially for meme coins since Trump coin launched and kind of crashed everything. So I think the ones that survived here and are still building and have great communities have a really good chance to come back. Now, if you believe more in gaming or in AI, Desync is a really strong AI project that I believe in and invested into. And Pinlink is an example of an RWA token that I hold. It's a little bit riskier, around $57 million market cap, but I do believe that some of these coins are going to have huge multiples when this narrative picks up. And if you want to see more specifics on research around some of these coins and more projects that I'm holding, you can find those videos on my channel. But for this one, I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter. And so once you pick that narrative that you like, it's important to do a little bit of your own homework so that you can feel confident in your choices. Now, this leaves us with $200 left, and I'm going to split this into 100 and 100. $100 of that I'm going to leave in USDT. And this is for if any big opportunities come by, maybe the market does crash 20, 30, 40% and you have a buying opportunity. You want to make sure you have just a little bit of dry powder so you can always take advantage of those opportunities. But that last $100 is going to be our play money. And this is where the biggest multiples could come in, but it's also the most risky. So we have to be okay with losing this. And right now, the best place to take these kind of riskier bets is on Solana. So you could move this money into Solana knowing that if you see a meme coin pop up or something like Trump coin comes out of nowhere and you catch it early, that's going to be your money to take those risky bets. And the thing about these opportunities is they move really quickly. So this isn't something that I can necessarily advise you on or even tell you what I'm doing. And honestly, by the time I make a YouTube video about an opportunity like this, it's usually already passed, which is why you can follow me on Twitter at Matt Stefanina. I also have a Telegram link below, which is completely free. But the main thing to remember here is to not chase pumps. You have to be smart when you're attacking these meme coins. And I'm always going to be honest with you guys of what I'm doing. I'm not selling anything on this channel. I'm not paid to make any of these videos. So if I say I'm holding something, it's because I bought it myself. And remember, the goal is not to go from $1,000 to $100,000. The goal is to go from $1,000 to $2,000, $2,000 to $5,000, $5,000 to $10,000. So each checkpoint, we want to make sure that we're reducing our risk. We're not going all in on risky things. We're not going all in on things that could take us to zero. And then as you do get those multiples, you want to take some profit and put it back into the major coins. So let's say something that you put $100 into all of a sudden goes up to 1,000. You don't want to be thinking, oh, I'm going to wait until it's 10,000 and then I'll take some money out. Take out 200, 300, 400 and move it back to those safer coins that we talked about in the beginning so that you know no matter what happens with that coin, even if it crashes, you're still building your stack over here and you're moving in the right direction. This is the advice I wish I had 7, 8 years ago when I started trading crypto, but I'm going to do everything I can to help you guys on this channel. So if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, hit subscribe, let me know down in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll see you on the next video.